You guys want to know something funny? I'll tell you a funny story. Not a lot of people know about this, except for my closest friends and my dad. No! Don't go up the thing, you idiot! You guys want to hear a funny story? Because I'll tell you one. But it's a story about a time I, like, had to take the biggest piss of my life on a road trip, and we were stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic. That's basically the synopsis. I was on a road trip, like 6 hours, and I have to pee like a racehorse. Here's the story. So anyway, I'm like 10 years old. On this road trip, I gotta pee like a racehorse. We're at the end of the road trip. We're like getting there, and we're on the freeway of the destination. I'm like, Dad, he's driving because I'm 10, obviously. If that wasn't obvious to you guys. I'm like, Dad, I really gotta pee. And he's like, well, we're in bumper-to-bumper traffic. And I mean, it was bumper-to-bumper traffic. This is like hell on earth traffic. I've had way too much Sprite, to put it mildly. I had way too much Sprite. And my dad's like, well, the best we can do, because I'm like about to burst and he knows it. I'm like, he's like, the best we got is this Sprite bottle, this empty Sprite bottle. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, just, you're gonna have to kind of kneel down, position yourself so that nobody can see you, and just pee in the Sprite bottle. And I'm like, yeah, makes sense. Let's do it. And I go to pee into the Sprite bottle. Now, in case you didn't know, I didn't want to make a mess. Of course I don't want to make a mess. So I put the tip of my Johnson on the opening of this Sprite bottle. And just kind of just do a regular, like, just start peeing into it. So I put the tip on, like, you know, I'm going to make sure there's no mess. That's my goal. So I'm peeing. So the bottle starts filling really fast. And I mean, like, really fast. Now, for anybody who's taken any degree of science classes, okay, there's this thing in science called displacement. For those of you who don't know, like I didn't at the time, displacement is basically when there's not enough room left for, like, a substance, right? In this case, my urine. So, the bottle fills, but the tip of my, the head of my wiener is still pressed against the opening. The displacement happens. The piss Sprite bottle builds so much pressure, it explodes. Not the bottle itself, but the opening, right? The bottle explodes. Basically my piss worm just flies off the tip. The liquid inside, because it built up pressure, explodes all over me while I'm still peeing. Basically, there is a uncontrollable hose going off in the front seat of this car. And my dad, believe it or not, my dad is laughing his ass off. He's not even mad about it, despite the fact that now the whole car smells like urine. He is dying. And I'm borderline hysterics. I'm laughing, but I'm also crying because I don't like getting pee on me. And I'm like, oh my God, like, this is the end of my life. Like, what is happening? Because I'm 10 and dramatic, you know. So that happened. And he's like, my dad goes, do you not know what displacement is? And I'm like, I'm 10. And he's like, why were you putting the tip on the entrance? Were you trying to have sex with the Sprite bottle? And I'm like, dude, I had to piss, like, and I didn't want to make a mess. And he's laughing. And he's like, well, look at the mess you just made. So that's how bad I have to pee right now. Somebody get me a Sprite bottle.